When you go to business events and networking events, whether it be for your own business or just in your professional setting, you want to make sure to get as much as possible from the event as you absolutely can. In this video, I will share some tips and tricks that have helped me in my professional journey and in my development of building my service and consulting business, and hopefully provide some useful tips for you to make the most out of the business events in your areas. So a bit about me. I'm Stefan, 24 years old, started an independent consulting business, mainly focused on local businesses in Norway. So I use this as part of my strategy. In addition to LinkedIn, I often go on these physical networking events, and then over the past 6 months and more that I've been attending physical business events and networking events, I've made a lot of mistakes and I've learned a lot of lessons. So here I'm going to share what I've learned with all of you guys. Especially now that we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, I want to bring something special to you. I've been talking a lot about business events, the importance of networking. So here you will learn a lot of the tips and tricks that I've learned on the way. So first of all, you want to get the preparation right for the actual networking event. First of all, research the event. What is actually the event supposed to be about? The fact that you've actually registered and want and put it on your calendar that you want to attend the event shows tells me that okay, it's something that you want to go to. It's something that is relevant for you to go to because you've signed up for this event. So that's the first thing. Okay, understand what are you actually going into. The other thing about the event, you should find out, okay, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of the event? Why are you actually going there? What kind of people do you expect to be there? Especially if you're going in a business settings, is potential partners, partnerships, business partners, potential clients, potential other thing that you could help each other out. You're growing your network. That's the whole point with the networking events. Not just that you're learning from the lectures, but also that you're actually networking with people. You're building your network and getting value from your network. So that's the one thing, and then it's the key speakers. Okay, who are actually speaking? Is it relevant for you to get to know the key speakers? Possibly, what kind of businesses are they from? What fields are they talking about? And what can you possibly learn from this? And the second thing also about researching the event is to understand the dress code and the logistics of the venue. This could be really important for understanding, okay, how should you dress? How are you expected to dress? Because in some networking events, you may be expected to dress a bit nicer in like wearing a suit, maybe even a tie in the most formal settings. Like right now, I'm wearing like a casual plus, so to speak, a more formal version of the casual, because I don't have a suit. I have the first button. I have the first button down. I have a suit, but it's not tied together. I don't have a tie, and for the pants, it's not a suit pants, but I still have the formal belt. So that's something to note as well. Okay, what kind of style should you go for your dress code? Should you go completely in the most formal way possible? Or should you, is it a more casual event, or is there something in between that you should try? And if you haven't been to the events of the that the organizers have organized before, then it might be a bit difficult for you to know exactly what you're getting into. This is something that you learn. I've learned this when I've been to many events from the same organizer. Then I've seen a bit. Okay, this is usual for the events that these have, and it's different for these. And I'm learning a bit on the way. So it's always that part that you learn on the way, but you also have to consider that you can also if you want to make sure that you get get it right, you can also possibly just send an email to the organizers, and they will help you out and let you know when you're new and you want to hear more about things to be well prepared, especially if you want to make the most out of the event in terms of both business purposes, networking, and just have a great time in general. And the second tip before the event starts is to set clear goals. Okay, what do you actually want to get out of it? Do you want to meet potential clients, learn about industry trends, find collaborators for your business? What, based on your situation, what is most important for you in your situation, and what can you get? What is the reason you're going to this event? What can you get from it in terms of which type of people are you hoping to find them there in the best possible situation? And based on this, you should also have some idea of an elevator pitch, so to speak. Okay, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? What's in it for them, so to speak? So have kind of a short, brief introduction about yourself and your business. This helps a lot with bringing attention to, okay, what are you doing? Why should people be interested in what you are doing? And this will make it a lot easier for you to pitch yourself into potential collaborators, potential clients, and so on. It will be much more it will be much easier for you to find relevant leads and book meetings and get possible sales if you can briefly explain what you're doing and how you can be of value to people. So I recommend that as well. Just practice a bit before you go to the actual event. Find just a short pitch. Like, you may get some help from AI tools like ChatGPT or something. Just don't let that be your end product. You have to practice. You should practice it in front of the mirror, and then you hear how it sounds, and then you can adjust to making it better continually. And practice it over and over until it sounds more natural. You become more confident with stating it. So, and also, if it's relevant, just bring any necessary material. If you want to make sure to take a lot of notes from either the lectures, if you're getting, in case you want to make sure that you're getting relevant insights and noting them down, and possibly if it can also be relevant to bring a notebook and a pen if you want to make sure that, okay, you're meeting this person and you don't have the chance to kind of link up on LinkedIn or other social media right during the event, so you want to make sure to note the person down. Okay, make sure to connect with them and follow up on LinkedIn or other places after the event. Then it's good to have something to note down with. And also, if you have a business card or anything else, that can be good to exchange as well. In my case, I haven't seen a lot of people doing that anymore. In my case, in Norway, most people just do on LinkedIn, connect on LinkedIn right now. Or they may have a business card that has a QR code connecting to LinkedIn or something, but it's you have to determine that based on your own the culture you're in, the business environment there, and what is most common in that situation. What do you want to bring? So that's the first section about what you do before the event. Now we've come to what you actually do during the event. So first of all, it's kind of important to arrive early. Don't arrive too late. It can be easier to start conversation when it isn't so crowded. There are less people. It's more easier to just get in touch with someone before it gets completely crowded. Everyone are already in conversations. If you are early out, there may be a few people who are also early. You can start those conversations and get the value from the events a lot quicker, and you have much more time to actually get in touch with more people there as well. And it also shows that you're punctual, and that's really important in business as well. You show that you're punctual, and you get more time to actually connect with people. So the second thing is, okay, body language, really important. Make sure to have good eye contact, firm handshake. Make sure to have a good posture, smile as much as you can, and do not look at your phone. Like if you are in the middle of the if you are in the middle of the networking event, avoid looking at your phone as much as possible, because being on your phone is an instant it kills your chance of actually getting more networking done, because not only are you not actively trying to connect with others, you're making it practically impossible for others to connect with you. So even for those who are more proactive, they see that you're on your phone, and they're like, okay, no, I'm not going to talk with this person because this guy's busy, or this guy doesn't want to be talked to, or something. That's the impression you're giving off when you're on your phone. So if you think that, okay, you have to check something on your phone, do that when you're on a toilet break or something. Don't do that in the middle of the crowd, because that gives off a real bad vibe. So yeah, that's for the body language. Also, start conversation, be active and starting conversation. Just say, hey, okay, introduce yourself, just woke up, okay, hi, and introduce yourself, ask what their name is, what they're doing. It isn't more difficult than that. People often overcomplicate it. You don't have to come up with the perfect starting point for how to get into a conversation. You just introduce yourself, okay, your name, okay, what are you doing, and then you find out what they're doing, you tell about what you're doing, and then you exchange information and see how it goes from there. It isn't more complicated than that, and then you find out how to develop the conversation forward from there. So what's most important is that you're genuinely interested in what they're saying. Try to be interested and hear, okay, what are they going through, what are their issues, and especially if you're if you're trying to find potential clients, you need to be especially considerate about, okay, what are they actually going through, what are their struggles, what are their problems, because that's where you can get potentially find the things that you can help with, and actually get show, okay, here are my products, here are my services that may help in your situation. And the more conversation you can get into, and the more you can hear about their struggles and problems, the more likely it is that you actually find the cases where that's the case, that you can provide value for them with what you have to offer. So yeah, that's what matters a lot. Okay, listen more than you talk as much as possible. Show interest, actively listening, ask follow-up questions, and so on. And then work the room. Like, what I've found important is that don't spend too much time with just one or two people. Aim to meet as many interesting people as possible. So what I've found to be a good strategy is that when I'm getting in touch with getting into a conversation with someone during a networking event, if we find that, okay, this is something that we may want to continue the conversation, but okay, maybe soon the pause is breaking, or the event is starting, or we want to talk to other people, then we want to make sure that, okay, we schedule a meeting for another time, for a later day, and then we have that meeting booked, and then we'll talk later and get deeper in touch then, because we found that, okay, here is something that's relevant for us to continue talking about, especially if we both have business, we both have something we're working on. There may be some possibility for collaboration or some mutual value. Then in those cases particularly, it's good to get a meeting at a later date. Schedule a meeting. Okay, we'll talk more then and then move on to someone else and talk with more people in the room, and then do the same. You should aim to book as many meetings from the networking event as possible if your aim is to actually network in that sense. So that's what I found to be really important as well, and really useful, because that's how you get the most networking done at a networking event. And potentially take notes, exchange business cards, or connect on LinkedIn, or whatever you want. Just try to book as many meetings as possible as well. If you don't book meetings during the event, then at least exchange LinkedIn so that you can follow up later to book a meeting afterwards, if that's possible. So here we come to the after the event parts. You have to follow up. Send personalized follow-ups either on LinkedIn or other places you found their contact information, and reference something. What you can do as well in the follow-ups is to reference something from your conversations that may remind them of who you are. That makes it easier for them to, because during the event you're meeting a lot of people, there's a lot of impressions, and you don't really it isn't everything that is processed as well after the event. So you may need to help them kind of remember, okay, who are you, and like what did you talk about, in a sense, why do you follow up, and yeah, evaluate your and it's this now we also come to the point of the introspection or retrospection, where you consider, okay, did you meet the goals you wanted from the events that you originally planned it for? Did you do as much networking as you could? What did you do well? What didn't you do so well? And actually do some reflection about, okay, what went right and what went wrong, so to speak. And that makes it easier for you to see in later times what can you do, what can you do better, and then you gradually improve for each time. So yeah, that's also, and then of course you have to maintain the relationship. You have to keep in touch periodically with updates, useful information, and follow them up to actually maintain those contacts. And like other than that, it's some tips. Like, you have to be authentic. You have to be who you are. Like try as much as possible. Just, okay, you can't force it. You just have to kind of be who you are, get in conversation with people, and then based on talking with a lot of people, you get a lot better, and it's more natural for you to actually find out like how do you talk in this and discuss and network in these situations. And it isn't easy in the beginning if you're not used to it, but the more you do it, the better you get. And I tell them that completely from experience, that it wasn't easy for me in the start either, but it gets a lot easier with practice. You have to just do it and do it and do it, and then you get better at it with time. And stay positive and be patient. So, like, you have to share like good energy. If you're not coming into the conversation, into the event with good energy, if you're coming into the event with negative energy, and like in a sense you're indirectly bringing people down, and then people don't want to associate with you. People don't want to continue the conversation. People don't want to get in meetings with you. People don't want to buy from you if you're coming into the room with negative energy. You have to come in with good energy, positive energy, and like actually excite people, because that's the energy sells, and that's how you actually get more meetings. You get more people interested in, okay, who is this person? This person is looks interesting. This person actually is exciting to talk to. It sounds interesting what he's up to and doing with his work and business and so on. So that's really important as well. So that's something you should consider adding to your the part before the event as well, that you actually prepare yourself mentally and emotionally, like boost yourself, like self-talk or something, to actually prep yourself. Especially like if you think you're having a bad day and you're going into an event, okay, you have to do something to actually get your mood up, because you don't want the negative energy when you're in there, when you're networking. You want the good results, and if you want the good results, you also have to bring the right energy for that, for getting those great results. So yeah, and some also to end off, some common mistakes to avoid. You have to, don't be too aggressive. Don't just say, okay, here, buy my stuff. You have to be curious about them. You have to get into conversation and actually find out by listening to their problems. Okay, I'm struggling with, and when they're getting to the point where, okay, I'm struggling with this and this, and you may ask, like, okay, have you tried so and so on? And like, I actually offer something of products or services that fixes those things. Would it be relevant for you to explore those solutions? And then maybe yes, and then you book a meeting, and then it's done. You know, it actually is like that. And then of course you need to follow up as well. Don't avoid, if you don't follow up, then you don't get the results, right? You need to follow up, and then you also have to, of course, pay attention to the non-verbal cues as well, the body language, because if just listening to what's being said, and not paying attention to the other cues and body language and what's going on in the conversation, then you may miss a lot of things about what is actually going on in the social interaction. And if you're not adapt to understanding social interaction, that can be really difficult in the beginning. I know, trust me, but yeah, it's something you learn on the way. So just do your best and learn from going to a lot of these events, and then you'll naturally get a lot better with practice. So yeah, this is it for this video. So just to summarize, there are several things you can do before, during, and after the event to actually get the most out of your networking events. Be sure to dress appropriately for the situation. Listen attentively when you're there. Get in touch with as many people as possible, and just know, okay, what are you actually there for? And do what you can to actually reach the goals for why you're there, and don't forget to actually follow up afterwards, because many meetings possible during the event, and follow up as necessary after the event to get the most possible out of the events. So yes, this is it for this video about how to make the most out of your business networking events. Hopefully this has been really useful for you guys, and will give you some ideas for how you can improve your and do better in your business in the business networking events you'll go to in the future. And if there's anything you need tips or advice for, or some reminders, you can save the I would recommend saving this video for actually having before you go to the networking event, so you get some reminders about the tips and tricks for what you should do. So be sure to save this to either a personal playlist or watch later. Be sure to like and share this with other people this may be relevant for, and yeah. So again, I hope this was helpful for you guys, and yeah, be sure to like, comment your experiences and your tips, your experience, what you would like to hear more about. Maybe if you have any questions about networking events, something you want me to if you want some help or tips, be sure to write in the comments below, and I'll help you guys out as well as you can. And other than that, just like and share this with your family, your dog, and your colleagues and your other business partners. So yeah, I'll leave it off here. So I wish you all a great week forward.